Hello, my name is Abigail Ciparoni. I'm from Old Lyme, Connecticut. I'm a member of the Students for Justice in Palestine at Yale University. So I'd also like to voice my concerns regarding the Israeli Anti-Boycott Act, which is HR 1697. Particularly as a student who has led BDS campaigns on campus, I read this bill as an anti-BDS action. And so as that, it definitely struck me as something that was very, very saddening that you had supported, particularly because BDS is like one of the only ways that Palestinian people can have a voice and can enact change, and the people that are in solidarity with the Palestinian struggle as well. So I've traveled to the West Bank and to Israel twice. I visited Palestinians fighting to keep their land from the encroaching Israeli settlements. I went to the separation wall and met farmers separated from their land and mothers separated from their children. And when I returned to the US, I did all that I could to encourage Israel to make real change in how it relates to the Palestinian people. So amidst petition signings and rallies, I decided to stop buying Sabra hummus as an example of a boycott. And so Sabra hummus is made in a joint venture between PepsiCo and the Strauss Group, which is an Israeli food company that has provided financial support to the Golani and the Givati brigades in the Israeli military, both of which have well-documented incidents of human rights abuses against Palestinians. So I worked with my fellow members of Students for Justice in Palestine at Yale to convince Durfee's convenience store to replace Sabra hummus with Cedars hummus. And boycotting really is just like not new. The Montgomery bus boycott in the civil rights era sparked the dissolution of segregation, and the American civilian boycott, as we've talked about before, against South Africa caused the dissolution of the apartheid state. And we as American people have always had the legal right to choose what we consume. And so when I watch yet another video of Palestinian children seized from their homes, 13-year-olds held for months without trial, or hear of another air raid against civilians in Gaza, I have a choice. I can feel hopeless, I can feel helpless, oceans away, unable to alleviate this suffering, or I can act. The boycott of Israeli companies who benefit from the occupation of Palestinian land tells Israel that we, the international community, are watching. Please withdraw your co-sponsorship of HR 1697. The Palestinian people have no voice in the government responsible for the majority of their daily life. The international boycott gives them, at the very least, a whisper.
Bravo, that was excellent. And your colleague from Bowdoin College, I also want to really salute both of you for getting engaged in the thought. Again, you've heard my position on this, and I'm not going to just sort of rehash it. I mean, I think that commercial conduct is different than commercial speech, and certainly it's far different from individual consumer decisions, which I don't think are covered by the bill as drafted. However, as I said, I'm certainly willing to scrub it again and continue the conversation. Adam Smith, who Mr. Fussell mentioned, is a good friend of mine, and I respect his opinion, and certainly I'd be happy to sit down with him when we get back in town. So again, thank you for your outstanding presentation.